Anyway, so I'm going to start sharing the stream. I think Maya will come in again very soon. As soon as we can start. It's always like this a bit with live streaming, that it takes a bit of time, but we will manage. So anyway, as I said, Maia Parish is from the US. For those of you who follow live streams a lot, she's often doing periscopes, and also she does a lot of Facebook Live too. And here we have again Maia Parish. So I try again to. Do you hear us, Maya? You hear? Okay, let's see if we manage to get the audio. Okay, we will manage. It will take a while. So anyway, for those of you who doesn't know her, she does a lot of. Now she's in again. Let's hope that it works. Hello, Maya.
That I am back. I don't know what happened. I am.
This is live streaming, so it's just normal.
Technical difficulties. Okay. So
okay. So let's start over again. So this is WinesOfItaly LiveStream, and we've finally managed to have Maya here. It's always a bit of technical problems. So Maia Parish is a sommelier. I think you're working as a sommelier and consultant and communicator. And you're from Denver, Colorado, no?
Correct. I am from Denver. I grew up here. I've been here since I was in kindergarten. So
okay.
I claimed it. And went to high school here. Left for a long time. Been a couple of places. The last place I was in for a very long time was DC, Maryland, DC.
Cool. So I don't know. Do you want to start presenting yourself? For those who are following already, please share the stream, and I'm also starting to share it on my different channels. We're also live on YouTube. We should be, and yeah, just start telling a bit about yourself, whatever you want to, and what you do, who you are.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Maia Parish. I am a certified sommelier. I reside in Denver, Colorado. I have a full-service wine events company. We do all things wine, basically. We do in-home tastings, corporate events, work training events. We're now into wine pairing dinners, like 5 courses. We are also doing festivals. And I work out. I live in Denver, but I also have territory in Northern California, so San Jose, San Francisco, Napa, Sonoma, and then I still have clientele out in Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area.
Okay, cool. So I don't know. Do you want to talk about the typical workday, or do you want to?
So I am an entrepreneur. I would have to say I have 2 companies right now that I have. That is the main source of my income. I have the wine events company, the Wine Suite. And again, I do all things wine. I, in addition, have blogging, video, live streaming. I do a live show on Periscope. I'm at Periscope TV / The Wine Mistress. And I do a show 4 nights a week. It's late at night, usually 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, because that's the best time for me. And talk about wine, different brands. And my other company is called Parish Media. Now it's kind of split into 2. I do event management. So a lot of festivals that are out here, mostly food and wine related, they will hire me to do various things like registration or event sponsorship, management, or coordinating volunteers or just different stuff like that. But lately, because of live streaming and social media, now I'm doing, I took my HR background. I was in HR for a long time, management and stuff like that. So I'm utilizing that skill finally. And I'm taking that, and we help small businesses with social media basics. I give a free workshop every month at the library up the street by my house.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we just talk to people, and I just try to let them know, the benefits and how it can help their business. I'm not in branding at all. I'm just basically talking. There's a lot of people out here who still don't even know how Twitter works. They don't know how Instagram works. They don't even know have a Facebook business page. So we talk about those things in that area. And then if they want to hire me, then they can. Our workshops are very affordable. And so, yeah, we do all of that. So I'm in the business of all things wine. I like to say I like to pimp it out to the fullest. And so, in addition to my education, I'm currently under the Society of Wine Educators. I'm studying for my certified specialist of wine. I hope to take my test in November, but it looks like February is going to have to come around because I just got back into the routine of studying. It's very difficult. I have a small child.
Yeah,
I live with my parents. Okay, I live with my mother. There's a lot going on in this house. We're in the middle of a move. It's just a lot. So you do what you can.
No, that's true.
Okay.
No, but that's very interesting because I think we all are kind of trying to mix, of course, with live streams, it becomes much to mix social media and wine. So I actually also have a wine glass today, which is actually a red wine.
Yes. What are you drinking?
I'm actually having a Chianti Classico today. It's very boring, but very Tuscan.
Chianti Classico. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I have a sweeter palate. As a somm, I started out with a very sweet palate. Once I started to get in and taste it, my palate has, I won't say it's leveled out. I don't think I'll ever have the drier palate. I just have a naturally sweet palate. I've come to accept that. But I fluctuate between not intensely sweet. I can't do intensely sweet anymore, but I fluctuate between sweet, off dry, to super acid, right? And right now I'm down here in the acid, okay? And so I got somebody told me about this, and it was on sale. We just got a very nice liquor store up the street. It's a very huge liquor store, and it's called somebody's telling me it's called Caramia. It's a prosecco.
Okay. I think I've seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. They changed their label. And so, yeah, it says it doesn't give, it's 11% alcohol. So, it's not bad. I didn't want to do a Moscato d'Asti. I was looking for a Brachetto d'Aqui, but I couldn't find, they didn't have one up the street. I think they did, and I didn't have time,
Oh, that's okay anyway. So, I don't know. Anything else you want to tell about yourself, or do you want to start talking wine more?
Look, I'm all about the wine. I'll just say if you guys want to check me out on social media, I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at The Wine Mistress. And then Periscope, again, is Periscope TV /The Wine Mistress. We do have a Facebook group called Winos and Dinos, TWS. And we have a membership program. I am a wine ambassador for the Boisset collection.
Okay.
They have I'm trying to grab stuff. They have 23 properties. And Napa, one of our really great vineyards is Raymond Raymond Vineyards. It was Winery of the Year in
Mm.
2012. So he's married to a Gallo. Okay. So we
Wow.
talk about wine. You guys want to find me there. But yes, let's get into it because I made some notes.
Oh, that's
Wait,
cool.
I did. I made some notes. I was like, I'm so.
I dropped your website in the comments, so I think it takes a
Oh,
bit of
thank you
time
so much.
before
I
people come
just
in. So
redesigned it. I'm so happy about that. I just redesigned it, so that takes forever.
no, it looks
Talk about.
great. It looks great. I had a look at it today, so it looks
Oh, thank you.
great.
Okay, I got my notes. I am ready
So I was
to.
just trying to follow you because I'm interested what you think about Italian wine and what's your preferences and how
So
you also perhaps how you see the American taste for Italian wines because we always speak from the Italian side here.
you know what?
So
And I can definitely talk. I can definitely speak on both sides of that as a sommelier and then as a consumer because I
yeah.
kind of see myself on both sides. I'm looking for our stream so I can send it out. All right, here we are. Where we go. You know, you got to stay on top if you your own social media person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
It's a lot of
I would
work.
tell you my history with Italian wine is very limited. I would say. In fact, I would actually say it's in its infancy because um, my history with the whole wine education stuff is about 7 years old,
Mm.
right? I don't have a lot of opportunities to taste Italian wine. Now, especially when I lived out in Maryland and Virginia, when
Mm.
I used to work for a large retailer. Have you heard of Total Wine?
Yes, yes. They're actually the importer for some of the wineries here that I work
Okay, okay, I just sent it out. So I definitely when I got to work for that large retailer, their education and wine program was excellent. With my background in human resources, I was very impressed. You got they let you try. We got free wine every month. They did tastings all the time. I worked the tasting table on purpose.
for.
They had roles. You know, I was on the tasting table. It was the one out in Laurel, Maryland. I was on the tasting table every Saturday, okay? And I was a dictator, right? Okay. There was not you couldn't come up and say, "Oh, I want to try that one." I'm like, no, you need to try everything because you don't know. Wine is such an experience, you
No, but
know.
that's true.
There's
That's true.
no you find the bottle and you're like, oh my gosh, this has changed my life, right?
Yeah.
So I made people and even if you know most of the people that I would talk to have a sweeter palate, so I would make sure that I'm like, even though I know you want to try this one here at the end, you're gonna try all of these, and we're gonna have a progression, okay? But anyway, I gotta try more Italian wine there. So I started with the sweet wine, of course, because that's where I'm at. Um, but Colorado, when I moved back to Denver, which was about 3.5 years ago,
Mm.
I really the tasting scene down here is tremendous in my opinion, okay, because I know people in different states. Hello Sandra. I know people in different states who don't, when tasting season is right now, like there's one next week. I got two tastings next week, three the week after that. You know, it's like, and it's different distributors. I don't hear them saying that they're in the middle of tasting season like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
no.
what I don't know what's going on in Denver, but okay, great. Okay, and maybe it's because I also like I'm a wine judge out here. I judge 4 competitions out here in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
The Denver International Wine Competition just was featured in Food and Wine magazine as one of the top 10 events in the U.S. So that's great. Um, we'll be doing that again. I'm doing the Drink Pink on February 20th and the 21st. We'll be doing the judging portion for that.
All right.
So that's gonna be nice. But um, I started with Briquetta de Aquis. I liked of course I like Moscato de Astis. I was able to sample different versions of Moscato d'Asti. Some have a orange, mandarin orange finish.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
had a honey finish. Some had a floral note. Some had a little bit of fizz, to it, and some were really effervescent. So I started there, and it just kind of evolved. Actually, last week we did one at for Natural Wine Company,
Oh, cool.
and they had Natural Wine. They did the Piedmont region.
Yeah.
So lots of,
Well, that's the region of the Bracchetto, so
right.
I think it's mainly made in Piedmont.
Right. They only had actually one there. A lot of Barillo.
The Barolo, yeah.
Barolo, yes. A lot of it was just they had they had some sparkling samples. Just it was great. I think it was like 200 wineries, and the winemakers were there. I posted some pictures on my website.
No, I saw it. It was cool.
Yeah. So and they have a lot of winemakers come to Colorado. I don't know.
Because Colorado seems to be a very active state now, because I have a lot of blogging friends and wine friends in Colorado too.
Yeah,
except for you, of course, but also some others are like in different parts of Colorado, so it seems like very active.
Yeah, our food scene out here has just blown up, and I've been back again 3.5 years. The food scene out here is just crazy. We have some very great top chefs. Just recently, 2 chefs in our region are finalists for James Beard Awards. I work at an event called the Koshan event, Koshan 555, which is usually a part of the Aspen Food and Wine, and they have some really outstanding top chefs in that area. We had even some from the show, Chef Jose Rosenberg is here. We have, award-winning Eric Cito. You have, we have some really great. We just got Greg Gourdet from the Seattle show. He has a departure from Oregon. They have a restaurant out here. So our food scene is crazy. We got some great Psalms. It's a nice community. I have felt all the love, and maybe it's my hair.
No, it looks very cool. I mean, because
my hair has gotten me into some. Okay, I cannot hate. That's why I always go back to the purple. I can't get a real job now. I have purple hair.
Oh, come on. I think it's good being a sommelier with the purple hair. The hair.
Well, you know what? They would never invite me to the Master Sommelier program with this hair, and I know that.
They wouldn't invite me either. So
they're very traditional there. Very. They are. So anyway, it's okay. I'm not trying to go that far anyway.
No. Sandra. I'm just saying hello to Sandra because she's actually a friend of mine.
Right.
So for those of you who just joined in, we're here with Maia Parish, who is a sommelier and a wine communicator from Denver, Colorado. So we're listening to her take on Italian wine and wine in general in Colorado and with her work.
Yeah. So
is there a dominance of men also on the American sommelier and wine scene, or is it a lot of women?
You know what? I'm seeing more when I go to the trade tasting. I'm seeing more women. I was at the Wine Bloggers Conference. You should come to that, Katrina.
Yeah, next time.
All right. So I was at the Wine Bloggers Conference last year in August. We were in Lodi. There was a lot of women there. Actually, the top 3 women were there. Well, that I know. Andrea Robinson was there. She's a master sommelier.
Yeah.
There's only 23 women master sommeliers. There's 200 plus in the world. There are no black women. There are 2 black men. There are a few Asian. Let me tell you who's churning out some sommeliers, not master, but just somms in general. China.
Yeah, because it's a new market.
And the women are dominating. China are turning out a lot of CSWs. I was, when I get the reports and stuff or who passed, they talk about it, and they're doing some real. China's on my list.
Yeah.
I need to learn some Mandarin, okay?
But it's I mean, also in Italy now, I think China is dominating as the buyers and presence because it's the new big market. I mean, they have the
Yeah, the middle class out there. So all the farmers who were on rice, right, who were poor, have now leased their land out, and now they're middle class, right? And they got all this money.
True.
Wine is like a status thing out there, so they are consuming wine in copious amounts. Yes, I'm going to
True.
China sometime. I don't know.
We have to expand to China. That might be the
Yeah.
new.
I would say, but American consumption, because I worked in wine retail and I worked in retail and I have a background in HR and I got a background in food and all this other craziness. I'm a Pisces. I can't help it. I feel like Italian wine is not, I don't think people are educated in how it actually works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think there's 2 sides to Italian wine. You do have your sweeter style because a lot of countries, as I tell people, a lot of countries, there's not a lot. Sweet wine production in the world of wine is very small.
Yeah.
Okay, especially if you want to talk about red. I'm like, it's like maybe 5% of all wine production.
Yeah,
that's how small it is.
Yeah.
And this sweet wine is probably, it has grown with the proliferation of Moscato. Sweet wine is probably about, I would say it's around in the teens, okay? This is just a guess. But I would say, I don't think people understand that the other side of sweet wine is dry and it's not sweet. And and you can't just pop open Chianti if you don't have a palate that understands what you just did. It's supposed to be consumed with food.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. Old world wine is with food. New world wine is not like that. You can pop open a California cab and just drink it and you're good and you get it. Even if you like sweet wine, even if you don't like sweet wine, it has fruit. So your brain's like, oh, it's not sweet, but I don't feel like it's super dry. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that with Italy. So I don't think people are educating the public. Like, okay, look, if you buy this bottle of classical Chianti, I want you to go and make this Italian dish. Okay? If you come out, you know what I'm saying? If you have a glass of white Bergiccio, then I need you to make this dish. Okay? Italian wine and Italian food should go together. And that will get you in the kitchen a little bit more. But that's what I think that is missing. And if people did that, I think some more, because everybody's on the fringe, even the songs, and which I have a problem with this. I don't like sommeliers that push their own agenda because people don't get it. Everyone's palate is different.
No,
okay? We can both
true.
have drink the same wine, and we're going to taste different things because we have different palates, okay? So it's not my job to push my sweet palate on somebody who I know doesn't have a sweet palate. Or if I like France because France is supposed to be hot, right, or trendy, right? Right,
Yeah, no,
I'm going to push that, or I'm pushing all natural wine now, or grower champagne, and you don't even explain why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you can't do that. You should respect your customer's palate, and then go from there.
So I'm just going to say hello to Luca. He's actually in the UK, and he's also doing. I think there's a bit of echo now. But he's an importer. He's an importer in the UK. He's Italian, so he imports wine to the UK. And then we also have Karinder, who is another live streamer.
Hi, nice.
Hello to you all. And anyway, so I just wanted to say that I agree with you. I think it's important to respect everyone's palate and that the tastes are different. So I mean, with Italian wine, there's so many differences. I mean, there's so different things from one region to another. So it's also, I think it's also difficult for people not being in Italy to get it all if there's not someone who can educate them.
Right, and I think you're right. I think that, and I listen, and I will say this real soon. Katrina, I'm trying to come in Italy next year, just so we're clear. I'm gonna put it out there for the whole entire world. Next year, trying to come hang out, because I need to be absorbed in the area, at least whatever region that I'm in. I always hear so many stories, like I fell in love with Amarone. I love Amarone. I've never met a Barbera de Asti that I've never met one I didn't like, Never. I've had a couple of them now. I feel confident about that, and I'm like, oh, these are wonderful. I'm starting to hang out in different regions, and my palate. I'm following my palate, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to spend some time here because it helps you understand some things more.
No, but you should definitely come. I mean.
Listen, I don't even know where you're at. I'm like, I don't know where you're at.
I'm in Florence, in Tuscany.
Oh, well, shoot, that's even one more one.
But it's not that
I
far.
always had a dream. I'm not married, but I always had a dream if I ever got married that I wanted to have a honeymoon in Venice before it drowned.
Cool. That's cool. So there's some new people joining. So for those of you who are joining, we are here with Maia Parish at Wines of Italy LiveStream. I think there are some people listening in, like Luca from UK, and he's actually from Naples from the beginning. Sandra was here. A wine producer from Calabria was here before. Mariangela and Karinder is here. So if you want to say hello, just write a comment, and later on we can also bring you into the show if somebody wants to join. So just continue with your view on Italian wines.
Yeah. So but listen, when I remember when I had to study for the WSET exam, and Italy is just it's immense.
Yeah.
I'm considering, after you out here they have designations. So when I finish my CSW, I will go one more level. I want to get my CWE, which is the Certified of Wine Educator, because my goal is to open a school. I want to open a school.
Oh, that's cool.
My school will be my all women and minority based. That's it. Nobody else. I don't care. That's it. Women and minority base. That's who I'm trying to churn out because we need more diversity. And I want to open up a school. But I think I might get my IWS, my Italian wine certification. I thought about doing France, but everybody does France.
Yeah, France is rather because
I think you need one of them. I think you either need to pick, and Spain is kind of coming around there too, because
Spain is coming up now, and also Portugal, I think, is on its way.
Yeah, definitely. Spain, I heard they're thinking about doing a Spain and Portugal destination, which would be justified. um, so I think that I'm probably gonna end up doing the IWS. The Napa Valley Wine School just opened a satellite office in Denver, which is great. So now I don't have to fly to Napa to take my test.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think that might happen. I want to have one new old world designation. I think it will help me. It will help my
No, I think definitely. I mean, it's also good to have as a specialization to be a bit niche. As I say, I think, yeah, like you said, I think everybody does France, so it's a bit difficult to get a profile there because.
And I'm not saying that France is difficult. France is hard. It has a lot of regions, but I think I should do one of the old world. I may do the American one. I may do that down the line, but after that, I'm done. I don't see myself going for. I definitely won't do the MW because I heard you had to write like an 80-page paper.
Yeah.
I cannot write about nothing ever. I don't love nothing. I love wine. I love food. I love my daughter. I would never write 80 pages on any one of them. Okay.
I was thinking about doing that one further on, but it's a lot of work, so I don't know.
See, well, some people could do, like my sister could do that because she can churn out. She wrote a book, okay, so
cool.
She can churn out content like that, right? It's a struggle for me to write a blog now.
But you do such good live streams, so I mean.
Yeah, I think, and I've been able to monetize that and transfer that into something that works because I feel like now I can take the video, chop it up, and be like, here is the content. And video is better than, I mean, I can put a blog out, but what if no one reads it?
No,
but if you can look at a video, you can see, oh, this got 200 views. So yeah, that's why I've been able to leverage that, and which is great. And thank you, live streaming, for helping me not going back to work for the man.
But just a question, I mean, how do you leverage the live video?
How do I like it?
Leverage. How have you monetized the live video?
So what I've been able to do, and like I said, my background has primed me for all of this. I had my bachelor's was broadcast journalism, okay, and communications. My master's, almost master's, okay, because I haven't completed it and I'm not going to, was in HR management, but that was my background. So being in front of people and live speaking, we used to do workshops for 300 people for job training and stuff like that when I worked for the district government, okay? So I never had a problem with that. No one's here to see me. They're here for this. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And as long as I keep that in my head, I can talk to 1 million people. But for them, I've taken the live streaming, there are people now. I have built up my audience on Periscope enough where I can now charge for partnerships. We leverage partners, things that complement my brand, not in direct competition, complement my brand. I work with Michelle Fong. She has a makeup line called Dial M Style. We have a Mother's Day combination coming out with wine. He has some lip gloss. There's one I have on right now. She has lip gloss that are named after wine. So we're going to do a package in that regard. I can't find it now. We'll do a package like that. So things that complement.
No, but that's good.
Yeah. So the social media portion, that's a local thing. I don't really do that on live streaming. I do that locally, and like I said, so I have a workshop every month, and after the workshop, the free workshop, if people need services, we follow up, and they contacted me, and yeah, we have some workshops that are going on, and like I said, they're at an affordable rate right now. Once I get more receipts from people who are doing very well, I will raise my price.
No,
As
but I mean that's understandable. It's also a way
of
to.
course, yeah. So we have I partnered with the Bosé collection as a wine. Wine sales is tricky because you can't talk about other products, right? And I didn't want to be in that constraint anymore. So because I have been approached by a couple of retail distributors out here to work for them, right? And I'm like, no, I don't want to work for you, but you can hire me.
No,
You
I'm the
can hire
same. I mean, I don't want to. I want to be kind of freelance. I don't want to.
Yeah, well, you know what, Katrina? They hire me out for tastings.
Mm,
I charge a fee,
mm.
one time fee. I've had people hire me to do a whole workshop. I'm now doing retail consulting. Hey, Jen, I'm now doing retail
Hello,
consulting.
Jan. How cool that you're
So,
here.
like, is she there? I can see.
Yes.
Hey, Jen.
So Jen is one of the main live streamers. So it's cool that you're here. No, but I think that's a good idea because I was thinking about how to monetize or to leverage live streaming. I like Periscope better in that sense because it feels a bit easier to
Oh,
just go live and you don't have to be. I think on Facebook still it's mostly the people who follow you or who are your friends. It's a bit more difficult to get to a broader.
yeah, it's like you would. I think that it's each platform is different and
Yeah.
everybody's growing, right? And so you have those different aspects. I also feel like there is you have to speak to whatever the platform is. Like on Periscope, I have my audience now is large enough where I can leverage different things. We started our Facebook group. I'm like, okay, let's see how that works out. Okay, we've been doing very well with our Facebook group. I was able to find a wine distributor who let me be an independent.
Yeah, that's cool.
So and I make a commission from the sales one, which is a really nice commission from the sales. I can do host. When you're in the wine business, you need wine. You need
True.
wine. If you
True.
don't have wine, you just and it's like, yeah, I'm going to tastings and stuff, but I need wine at the house. You gotta if you're doing reviews, you're
Yeah.
trying to get people for what the first year, you trying to get people to send you samples. That's not easy, especially if you're starting out. I was like, dude, I need wine. And when I worked at the wine store, how are you distributing wine now? I'm not distributing. Oh, thank you, Jim. I didn't mean, did I say distribute? I mean sales. Okay, distribute. I mean sales. Distribution. I didn't mean in the actual. I'm in sales. So anyway, I've partnered with somebody who will let me be independent. Like I can still talk about Carmia, Prosecco. I can talk about other wine. But if I have a tasting and I need wine, I don't have to go find whoever the contract is.
Yeah.
And then he tells me to drive way far to his one store to go pick up the wine. Or you know what I'm saying? You don't get the discount that you need. So I get the discount for myself with them, and I also get the discount when people purchase wine from me. I get the commission. It works.
That's cool. That's great.
So you just have to find, I don't know, everybody's got to find stuff that works for them. we just started a training program for retail. So I hear this all the time. I go in the wine store and no one knows what they're talking about. They don't know anything about the wine. They're just, trying to sell it. I hear that a lot. And again, because I have a background in HR and training is so very important to me, I started consulting for that. I'm like, look, I'll come to your store, you new wine store, and I will at least show them how to fake it till they make it. Okay, they can at least have a working knowledge of some regions and terminology and how to sell some wine. And so that is starting to pick up a little bit more. And I've been advertising with new wine businesses in Denver is just growing and growing and growing. So that's something that you definitely it's something that just can continue to come out of things. I'm always finding ways to make currency. And that is kind of one of the drawbacks of being an entrepreneur is the hustle. Some people like the hustle.
No, I totally agree. I agree.
I like it sometime, but I don't love the hustle all the time. And I'm old now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting lazy. I don't think I have a lot more hustle in me. I got maybe 7 good years left. And when I'm 50, it is a wrap. So I don't like that part. But I'm getting things on processes. That's why social media is good. Because you can get these applications like Hootsuite, and you can get Teachable, and put your courses on Teachable and put it on automatic, and people can just purchase it, and it's just out there. You can use MailChimp to create email lists and communicate with your audience. You can get on these different platforms and use Facebook Business and Instagrams because they're married, and put out for pennies on the dollar advertisement for your products. And if if you learn the system, you can just kind of sit back in the morning and be like, let me check my PayPal. Click.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, ooh, PayPal look good today. Click. So that's what I'm trying to do.
No, but I think we're all trying to do a bit the same thing. No, it's very good with social media because for me, for wine communication, it has been very good too. So I'm not at a level. I'm more of a blogger still. Yeah, but I still don't have many followers, but I'm trying. Thanks, Jen. So I wanted to say hello to Vivek Sharma. He was asking about distributor in India. I think we don't have because we're not wine producers, but I think Maya was talking more that she was partnering with a local.
I was partnering with a wine for sales. I'm in sales. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse anybody.
No, I think because usually we have a wine producer here most often.
Oh, okay.
You might think that we were talking about that. Because I think Vivek was following me when I was on Blab, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because I started this show on Blab. What?
I was going to say the wine people, the wine family that I work for, the wine family that I do the sales for, they have some really great properties. They have properties in Burgundy, France, all in Napa, Sonoma, St. Helena, California, a couple properties. They are all mostly, the majority of them have points. If that matters to you, doesn't matter to me. But if that matters to you, then yes, there's points. Most of them are Point Wines, and they have some really great properties. They're some sustainable, organic, biodynamic properties. So I really I enjoy it. I just love wine. Now, let me just tell you, I think I like food more than I like wine sometimes. Because if you, I
If
think
you only drink wine with no food, then
right. I think because I started catering before. You said, "What's my opinion about Italian Indian wine?" My experience with Indian wine is very limited.
yeah, mine.
I have had, I can say I maybe have 4 or 5 experiences with Indian wine, and most of it has been mostly has been a sweet experience. So it's very limited. Actually, when I was at the Wine Bloggers Conference last year, I was in the bathroom. A lot of things go down in the bathroom then, just so y'all know, okay? I've met a lot of great people in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom, and a young lady, her name is Miss Maria, she was in the bathroom, and she had a Chardonnay from Lebanon. And she was just talking about it. I got very excited, and she gave me a bottle. I was shocked. I was like, "You guys have Chardonnay in Lebanon?" She's like, "Yes," and it was a great bottle. I did a review on it. You guys can find it on my Periscope. But it's 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 always interesting to experience different varietals in different countries and what you may have in your head, and it's not anything of what it may expect. Last night I did a semi review on a Moscato from Valencia, Spain. Have you ever had a Spanish Moscato?
No, I've never had a Moscato.
Okay, never had one. It was called Paquitos. I'm gonna do the full review tonight.
Oh, cool.
It had a slight effervescence to it. It was orange blossom and honeysuckle, and it fragrant and not super sweet, but a little off dry. It was very nice. I was like, oh, okay. So that was unexpected. I love the discoveries like that. So
Yeah, because generally red wines from Lebanon are good, but I have never had a white wine, so I didn't know that.
yes. If I think I have the bottle still. I don't think I threw that away because I was like, I'll never see this.
You have to save it.
Yes. Um, I have a grape that I had never heard of before. I don't remember what region it was from, but they said it was a brand new grape. When a lot of some of the countries broke apart and they have all this separation, and you have they're producing their own varietals, or they're at least planting clones of whatever in their area, and just to see what it tastes like. I think that's a really great
Yeah, that's true.
It's really great to
So I'm
see all
going to drop the link in case somebody wants to jump in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's okay with you.
That's great. I want to show you what this is kind of for Jen. Jen, look at the book. This is I just picked this book up. It's by Oldman Mark.
Yeah.
Y'all know who he. If you don't know in the wine world, y'all should know. Okay. I don't know how I feel about him, so I'll just put that out there right now. But I saw this at the library, and I was like, let me at least see what he's talking about. So I'm getting through this. It's hard to read when you have small kids.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, so I dropped the link to join our live stream here. So for those of you who wants to join in to say something, feel free to click the link, and I'll click you into the show.
I do have a question for you. So recently, again, we just were at the Koshan event. It was on 319 downtown, and I was pouring for this Italian wine company, and they had a lot of Verdicchio. So how do you feel about that grape? Because I know you have more experience in it.
I think
I'm curious about it.
Verdicchio is one of the greatest white Italian grapes,
Oh,
I think. It's just that it's
okay.
been very underrated so far. It's coming now, and it has a great aging potential. So they're actually doing a lot of good work. It's a grape that is originates from Le Marche, which is a region on the Adriatic Sea.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of smaller wineries who are coming now, and also some bigger ones, and they're working a lot to age the white Verdicchio wines. I mean, Verdicchio di Jesi and Verdicchio di Matelica are just I like them a lot because they're very structured white wines, but still
Hmm.
fairly. I mean, they're fairly mineral because it's close to the sea. So I don't know. What do you think?
I
Do you like
liked
them?
how, and you know what? Again, I was telling you, my palate is very, very on the low, dry, acid side, right? Acidic or just some minerality. I'm feeling all that. So I enjoyed it. I had for the life of me, I cannot, remember the name because it's Italian. So my Italian is awful. But there was 5 different whites. They were all radicchio. So
Mm,
I got a chance to sample the gamut. I liked how they were dry but crisp. Um, I would love to have them on a boat ride
mm,
in the summertime. You know, I would want mine cold. I would like to have it with a shellfish,
yeah. Yeah.
um, salad. I
Mm,
saw myself with a nice. Uh, if I did pasta with it, I would do like a shrimp scampi.
mm. No,
I
but
would do.
it is a wine to enjoy
Hmm.
with seafood because it's also like the region is just by the sea, so or the place
Okay.
where
Yep.
it's produced. I mean, then of course they start to experiment with aging in oak too, and then of course it becomes a bit more structured, but still, I
Yeah.
mean,
There was one I had. It was like medium full body. It had a nice weight to it. If I were to if I did do the blind tasting, I would have to say I would thought it would have been a French,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
a French white with some not French oak, but definitely some stainless steel. Just it was very nice and refreshing. So and it was I got the opportunity to do that pouring for Mr. Henderson, Craig Henderson. He was
okay, okay.
it was
No,
nice.
that's cool. No, but I like the grape very much, or the wines made with that grape. And it's a wine that is coming. I mean, they're working a lot for also with their visibility because it's been a bit in Italy. It's a bit like that. Until 10 years ago, it was mostly the big wineries, the big regions that were most featured abroad. So now it's becoming more and more that it's smaller wineries and more artisanal wine and also lesser known grape varieties.
You know what one of my first I try to experiment early, trying to be sophisticated, right? So I remember the first time I had a Suave.
Yeah.
I did not like it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so dry. I was like, why did I get this? I just liked the name. The bottle was cute. But now, of course, now I love Suave. I think that it's very underrated for just a fun wine. It's not serious. We get it. But
Oh, but it's a good wine. I mean, you can pair it with a
mhm,
bit of everything. It's not, you can have it as an aperitif or you can have it with some light dishes. So it's a good
but
wine.
not yeah. It's just nice. A nice. I liked it. I've I'm trying to remember one of the wines that I used to get at Total Wine was called SSS. I do not
It's
remember.
from the Lazio, yes.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great. Thank you so much, wine gods. I love that wine. I haven't had it in a long time. Oh, we used to have such great memories. I
Yeah,
used to
it's
drink it on the patio. It was a great price. It was like $8. Yeah. Oh.
yeah,
Um.
it's a wine typical from close to Rome, so um yeah, it's a good wine. It's nice.
I like wines from. Now I'm probably gonna get this wrong. What is it? Abruzzo. I like those regions, and again, I just talked about the one that I have there. Piedmont. I'm familiar with that area. I'm familiar with. Is it Friuli?
Friuli, yes.
Friuli. Okay, I'm familiar. Veneto, of course. We have our um, Prosecco's. Okay. Um, Sicily, you got your masala. Now, my mom loves chicken masala. Like that, look, we are always, I'm like, can we go somewhere else? Okay, she's always trying to take us to this one Italian spot because she loves chicken marsala. But when I didn't know a lot about marsala wine, I didn't know that they had sweet varieties of marsala, almost syrupy marsala wines until I
Yeah, there's
started.
there's different. I mean, there's some pretty good smaller wineries. I met some of them at the wine tasting or a wine fair last year. And I met some others before, but no, there are some interesting producers there who does different types of marsala.
I know a little bit about Is it Puglia?
Yeah,
But I don't know a lot about. We did go to a Sardinian wine tasting last year. I cannot remember who the distributor was. I was super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know nothing about this region all that much. I mean, I know on the paper because I had to do I had the coloring book that Jen had, and I
yeah,
know the area. You know it on textbook, but experiencing it. Um, but there are a lot of different little regions in the middle that I just don't know about. So where is Florence? Because
Florence is in the center of
in
Tuscany. Tuscany.
okay, right. I thought it's right. I have my map. I thought it was right here.
Yeah, I think so. It's the
Okay,
center more or less.
okay, in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So yeah, we'll be in the. Oh yeah, I'm
It's where
looking at
all
the region.
the.
Woo, yeah,
No, you have to
yeah.
come over and do a tour. Then
I am not kidding. Yeah, we should definitely do this story. Do you know Tanisha Townsend?
no, I just
Her
know.
handle is Girl Meets Glass. She's a sommelier certified, and she's also a certified spirit specialist. She is in Paris now, and she does tours. Okay,
I think I've seen her tweets or whatever. Or
you should contact her, Katrina, because she could tell you how to get that going in your area. You speak both. You speak both languages. You know the region.
yeah.
You're very savvy, and she's doing very well with her tours.
Mm,
All social media based. Okay.
mm.
Um, I would definitely give you her info, and you guys could have a chat because that's something that always needs. Everyone needs that.
Yeah,
You
no, that's
know
true.
food, you know wine, you know where to go, you know the area. Why not? And people like guided tours. I just went on a food tour downtown Denver. I thought it was going to be silly. It was amazing. I had a wonderful time.
No, but it's true. I mean, a lot of people, like this year, a lot of people are asking me nonstop. I mean, advice for what to do, where to go, what to taste, what wineries to visit. So no, it's true.
Yeah, listen, if someone's I feel like this now. What I learned from my mentor is this. If more than 5 people ask me the same thing, that's a business. Okay?
Well, then it's a business already. It's just that I'm a bit slow.
Yes, well, that's something that you probably should definitely look into. But yes, there are some reasons I've never had anything for Calabria.
Oh, Calabria is my
I, that,
specialty actually. So if you want to learn more, I can just because I know a lot
oh,
of producers from
look
Calabria.
at that.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, I
they're
don't.
really a region that is coming too. I mean, they have a lot of interesting things because they're also doing a lot of experiments there with the local grape varieties and more
Okay,
natural wine production instead of industrial. And so forth. It's a region that it's on its way up, I think. Yeah.
are people using concrete vats down there?
They're going back to it now. Actually, they're going
Okay,
back to concrete and to well steel. They always used, but a lot of people now only use steel. And if they're going back to the old way, I mean, so they use big, large barrels instead of barrique, and which is also
okay.
less intrusive because you have to wait longer for the wine, but it needs to rest longer. But I mean, you get smoother wines without too much oak taste.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of that production concrete vats in Argentina and in Portugal. I've heard
Yeah.
of the produce not of a lot, but lately I've seen some producers that have come through here, and there's like, oh, we're going back, we're doing that,
Because
process.
apparently it has something to do with the temperature. It's more aerated, so they're able to keep the temperature better and more controlled than someone explained to me.
Yeah, but like in book, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I have heard too, and it has to do something with yeast
yeah.
production, the natural yeast
Mm.
byproduct of that. So yeah, and a lot of people who are doing that are going back to the natural way, natural
Well,
wine.
then you have a lot of amphoras now. Now that you do
Right.
kind of amphora fermentation and stuff, which is another way to go even more natural or old
Right.
school. And it's
I don't know.
interesting. The wines are
Is it?
interesting, but they're a bit more hardcore. So,
Oh, are they?
I mean, I think you have to. I mean, if you're a general drinker who drinks perhaps every now and then, and you want something very smooth, you might not go for a wine in amphora because it's. I think you have to know a bit about wine to appreciate it, perhaps. I mean, it's a good wine, but it's a different taste. So I don't know if, but I think it's coming too. I mean, it's very trendy
It- okay. Is it?
for the moment in Italy at least or in Europe. So.
Okay. What about Molise? Is it Molise?
Molise. Molise is also a very interesting region. They have that in Tilia, which is their native grape variety. And they're actually
Okay.
doing very interesting things. Problem is it's a very small region, and
It is very small.
yes, and it
Yeah,
hasn't.
I can't remember of any having anything. I can't remember any wine from that region. So, but again, my Italian tasting presence is, I
You
would
should
say,
check
is
out
limited.
Claudio Cipresi. He does really good Tintilia.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna check that out.
I don't know. I think he exports. I'm not sure, but I think you should be able to find something for your.
I'm loving them. When I was at the Piedmont event, Nebbiolo, I feel like we are dating.
Yeah.
I like it. I like its dark presence. It's very interesting because sometimes there's spice presence, It's
Yeah.
still dark. It's like, it's very dark. You guys, what is it? Is it Negro Mara?
Negro Amaro.
Okay, right. So that's like, black bitter. It reminds me of that. It's dark because my teeth are always just a disaster. Okay. But we are dating now. Like, I find myself over here like, hey, Nebula, what's up? Like,
Yeah,
the dark.
Nebbiolo is a bit smoother. I mean, Negro Amaro is very fruity, very full-bodied, very kind of a lot of everything.
Right.
Nebbiolo is also very powerful, but it's a bit smoother. It's not so.
It's silky.
Yeah.
The tannins, if they do it right, the tannins are manageable. I like tannins. Okay, I like tannins. Some people don't, but I feel like if you have a sweeter palate, you need some punch, right? But the tannins and Nebbiolos, the ones that I've had, because I've had some really great producers, are manageable.
You should try Sagrantino. That's a very tannic wine, but it's very a great wine.
I had Sagrantino.
Have you had it?
I think I may have because it's in Umbria, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I told you they had a tasting where we did all Umbrian wines, and so I believe I have had one. I think it was the year before last, and I think it was under Natural Wine Company.
Okay.
Yeah, it was under Natural Wine Company here in Denver. I don't have a lot of love for. So okay. So here's my story with Dolcetto. I thought Dolcetto was sweet wine because in my head that means sweet, right? And so I was like, ooh, let me get some Dolcetto, right? No, it's not. I was like, this is not sweet. So did my brain and my heart, we had problems. But somebody was like, if you like Nebbiolo, you like Barbera, then you need to really give Dolcetto another try and get out of my head on what I thought it should be. Because isn't Dolcetto sweet, means sweet?
Yes, it means sweet, but it isn't a sweet wine. Dolcetto is a bit difficult because it can be very aromatic.
Okay.
And it's not my favorite either always. Some of them I like, but some of them I like less. So I prefer Nebbiolo 2 and Barbera, I think.
Oh, okay.
Also, yeah, I think so. But I mean, there are some Dolcetto that are okay, but it depends a bit on the producer and on the area.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience in it. I mean, I think they had like 2 or 3 there. I tried 2. I didn't try the third one.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of wines to try, so.
Yeah, well, thank goodness they have it on a regional basis because there's no way. I'm overwhelmed if they were like, all of it. No. But and you know what? I love Lambrusco. I know Lambrusco gets a bad rap, and I tell people there are other. In my history of wine tasting, I have had, of course, Rianiti, but okay. I've had only like 7 different Lambrusco producers, but I still like it. I like it. I can't have a syrupy Rianiti, but I realized when I tasted some other ones that they have some that are not has the sugar presence is not the RS is very limited, or they can. Not even be dry, but off dry.
Yeah. But I think Lambrusco is also one of these wines who have a bit of a bad reputation because it used to be like the cheapest wine and it wasn't made very well. But I mean, there are some great Lambruscos out there. And now they're
Yes.
also experimenting there with the ancestral method. I mean, there are some really great wines. Last year I tasted some really great Lambrusco wines, and there are some local producers who do really good stuff.
I love Lambrusco though. But yeah. I think Rio Niti gave it a bad rap. Okay, that's our fault. It's our fault here in
Yeah, but
America.
it's also, that it was probably produced a lot of very cheap Lambrusco, which wasn't very high quality, and then, they exported it a lot because it's cheap wine. So, I mean, also when I grew up in Sweden, we drank Lambrusco a lot, but it wasn't, a high quality Lambrusco. So it got a bit of a, the wine you drink when you don't have anything else. So,
I think the most misunderstood, in my opinion, because I mean, there again, Americans don't know a lot about all the great varietals in Italy, but I do feel like on the retail side as a consumer and now as a som, I think the most misunderstood grape in Italy that people kind of may know as a large is Chianti. You know,
mm,
um, I don't think people understand how to drink Chianti. Like Chianti is not just like, I mean, I get it. They sell it in the vats, you know what I'm saying? Or at the Olive Garden, which is probably, one of our large retailers for faux Italian food. And
mm.
they sell it in the large vats and people would order it. And I used to work at Olive Garden. I was a waitress back. And they're like, this is really bitter. It's very dry. And I'm like, oh, um, I just don't feel like people understand Chianti Classico, Chianti Reserva. There's all these different levels and what to drink with it. You're drinking Chianti now, right?
I'm drinking Chianti Classico. This is actually from the winery that I help a bit with social media, so it's the Montemaggio.
Oh, okay.
No, for this. But I mean, that's also, I think, so there's like Chianti and a Chianti Classico, and then within Chianti and Chianti Classico, there are so many sub areas.
Mhm.
Um, and then if you have only the Chianti, I mean, they sell a lot of cheap wine there too, which I guess is the one that you get in the US or UK or Scandinavia abroad. And
Yeah.
then, of course, you have the better wines, which you have to know a bit more about the wine to find them, I think, or to go and buy them. So
Okay.
I think it's difficult because I think a lot of people don't know the difference between Chianti and Chianti Classico. And I think also a lot of people don't know that there's huge differences between, Chianti Classico produced in Radda or a Chianti Classico produced in close to Siena, which is very full-bodied. Or hello, Laurie. Laurie Hoyt is here. And then there's also like the Chianti wines that are produced close to Florence, which are very lighter. And then you have the Chianti wines produced close to Siena, which is Chianti Colli, which are more full-bodied. So I mean, there's a lot of difference. Then you have the ones close to Pisa, which are somewhere in the middle. So I think there's a lot of things that people could educate abroad because I think it's also you don't have to be like a sommelier or a high educated wine person to appreciate it. It's just that you learn to distinguish the basics.
Okay. What's your
I don't know.
favorite pairing with Chianti Classico?
The favorite pairing. I think it's either some sort of. I mean, like in Florence, you have the bistecca, so a light Chianti Classico could be with a bistecca, but normally you eat it with some more prepared meat, like brassato, like a stew or something, or
Okay.
cinghiale is also good with Chianti Classico. like wild boar. Sorry, no, I was speaking in Italian.
I
So wild
love wild.
boar is a local pairing with Chianti
I love wild boar.
Classic.
Oh, listen, I had an experience in Maine that changed my life. Love wild boar. Okay, so that's interesting. I didn't know. I didn't think you would say something like that. I think you would say steak. Of course. But wild boar, I'm gonna have to go because I know where I can get my hands on.
Because Chianti Classico is a bit more structured generally than a Chianti. So Chianti usually you would have with a steak, like the bistecca they call it here. But with a Chianti Classico, which has aged a bit longer, you would need something
Yes,
more,
gamey
yeah,
or texture.
yeah,
You could do lamb too, right?
yeah. Lamb would work fine.
Okay. So yeah,
Or
you
some meat that is cooked a bit more, that is a bit more texture, a bit more
pork
preparation.
belly. You might be able to do pork belly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you want to round it up? Do you want to anything you want to say
Yeah.
to the people following?
Say, thank first of all, thank you for having me. This is great. I will definitely try to hit you up. I'm trying to come to Italy. No, I would just say that people, Italian wine is complicated, but it's not. I would like more education in regards to these areas, especially on my part and just in the audience, retail wise. I would encourage people to, if you want to explore this area, to find a recipe in the region, go Google, do a little research, and find something to make and pair the wine with so you have more understanding of how it works. And then, contact a sommelier, someone that you know is a wine expert, because Italian wine is very complicated, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it, you guys.
No, I totally agree. I think if people really want to have an experience and appreciate it, I think it's definitely worth it to put in a bit of extra time or to ask someone who can help them.
Yeah,
Laura is coming to Italy in June. Cool. So write
listen.
me and uh, and we'll see. So thanks again, Maya, and I'm very happy that you wanted to participate.
Yes,
And we
yes,
have to
thank you
do
so
this
much.
again because it's fun. So
Yeah, yeah, we can, you know what? I would love to talk to you this summer and we can talk about all the sparkles.
yeah,
All
that
the
would be cool. That would be cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll sparkles and we'll just talk about it and have a conversation. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we can do a tasting of sparkling wine so we can share our
Never-
experiences. That's
Yes,
cool.
yes. Now,
We should involve Jen too. I think she would like that. So,
yeah, we should get her involved. He's like, well, come on, Jen. She'll be you
yeah.
know what? Jen's gonna be here in June
Ah,
30th.
cool. Cool.
They're having some social media Denver event. She's gonna be here. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put your, for those of you who want to find Maya, you can look in the comments here because I put her website and her contact details. And next Tuesday there will be no live stream because I'm going to be at WinItaly, so it's going to be a bit difficult because I will be running around having tastings all the time. But the Tuesday after that, we will have a guy who is doing videos with the local wineries. Guido, no, I can't remember his last name. I'm sorry. Anyway, Guido from Vino Diretto, he will be my guest on the 18th. And then on the 25th, I don't know because it's a local holiday, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live stream yet. But I will let you know. So if you want to go to my blog or follow my newsletter, you can just use the link here. I also put it in the comments below. because then you will get more direct info about the coming wine streams. So I thank you, Maya, again, and I hope we will do another live stream soon, in June at least. And I hope that you all enjoyed, the people who are here now. And just contact either Maya or me if you want to know more. I think Maya knows a lot about Italian wine, so she can also help you if you have any questions. And I think that's pretty much it. So do you want to say something last before we...
I just want to thank you for having me and just say hello.
Thank you. So, bye-bye everyone, and see you not next Tuesday, but in 2 weeks. Ciao, ciao.
Peace out.